Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for Thursday, February the 14th, and in this video, if you are going to hear some voices from the background, that is because I have some guests, and never mind about it, don't pay attention to the background noise. Okay, now this was here the chart that was posted before the open, and alongside with the morning notes, and basically the most important things here is that I have posted today some additional charts. We will look at them now, and I said here, limit your trading to good locations only, and the best locations for today was the same as for a previous day. First test of the main resistance or main support area, where we expect reaction on the first test, because those are the good zones. This main resistance zone is main resistance zone because it represents the starting, the launching point of this down move, and bears have to defend that, because if price go above it, that all of this is negated. Also, this is the main support zone where bulls made this move to the upside above this kind of breakout. So there are plenty of reasons of why you should expect a reaction for those kind of zones. Also, I have posted this picture. This is the zoom from the DAX cash index chart, and you can see that this was the previous 2 days. Pretty indecisive looking, and this a huge gap here. Now note that every market tends to fill those kind of gaps, but there are also there is nothing automatically in trading. You cannot assume that the gap is for sure 100% sure that it is going to be filled. Market usually tries to fill gaps, but I will show you this chart, and you will see that there are plenty of gaps that isn't filled. Now in this move to the upside, look at this big gap, it was filled. Here big gap, it was filled. Here big gap, it was filled later. This was filled of the December move. Only this one here is not filled. Everything to the downside was filled. At the bottom we had these two unfilled, unfilled and unfilled, and this here is the most important for now currently, because price is above it now. And also I was giving you this chart, move to the upside had this continuation type pattern. First market was consolidating here, contracting, and then zoom, made a move to the upside, and now we had again this contraction, and before the open we had this like breaking from this triangle. Okay, but now how does it look now? Because they broke above it, and then completely that move failed. And this is the zone chart now. Let's go to the zone chart now, just to delete these things here. And this is a zone chart, and this here immediately after the open was a textbook short trade. Let us see that what I was talking about, cash index chart. This is it, and remember this was the gap up from December 2016, and it was filled here at the same day in December 2018. So 2 years after. And also note that below that there are plenty of gaps. Look how many of them. There are gaps from 2013, and years before that I keep track of all of them. I wasn't born yesterday, and I'm trading these DAX for many years, and for many years their lines are here waiting. That doesn't mean that these gaps are going to be filled. But this one did. It took 2 years. Now let's go back to the charts. So this here, this was the first trade for us, a very schoolbook trade, prepared. 2 days we are preparing for this trade. Preparation for this trade was in the morning notes from yesterday. And now we had that. And obvious target is for you to close at the next zone, because in the morning it is looking like this. So, and I said this is here is an aggressive support with the cash close. And now the thinking process is like this. Okay, if this is aggressive support, what is this then? Because now it is broken to the upside. Now this resistance that it was broken in pre-market could act as support and could be even more aggressive support than this. And with that in mind, you could decide not to close here but to wait maybe for a bigger target. It is up to you. Should you take a quickie here for 40-50 points and just close it and wait for the next trade, or you should hold and think about some bigger gain. But as I said in morning notes, market is pretty much neutral in this entire range, especially in this smaller one. So it is really up to you, but it was a very good trade from here, almost no heat at all, maybe a point or two of the heat, and now we are closing that. That is our first trade. After that we observed this, because I said if this is aggressive support, this is even more aggressive support, and I said on Twitter I don't like this price action here to go long here on this zone, not like here at all. And then after they made this kind of move, an inability to go above this zone could be your secondary opportunity to short this. You could also draw a fib like this and observe that they made the pullback to the half back and the edge of the zone, and now you also targeting this zone. So this could be your second opportunity. And of course, as we said yesterday, if you have some better zones and you would like to try to get in on a first test, then you could try to get in long here also. So this could be here a long opportunity, because this now is the first test of this aggressive support. And yesterday we had aggressive support also there, and it provided a reaction. And look at this, almost the same. This is something that is quite usual when the market is trending. They are going to continuously bounce from the same levels. Now it is just up to you to judge, is this move something that is carry a greater risk? But it is really wasn't nothing much. If you can see like this, they bounce a bit. Then whenever you see market coming awfully close to the cash close, like on 5 or 10 points, that could mean it is a big odd that this is not the end of that move, and then they are going to test that gap to close it. Because what is the point of market stopping 5 points above the gap? 5 points on DAX. On DAX, which had now, this is futures ATR of 172 points. Now 5 points really isn't that much. It's basically nothing on DAX. So you can conclude here, okay, first test of the zone is here. I'm here with the long, with my stop below, but not to be afraid if they're going to touch the cash close, and they did. So this either here at the first, as soon as they tested, or here after they tested the cash close, is your entry point for long. Just targeting this DAX zone, nothing else. You're entering here, your stop loss is like 20 points, and you're seeking 40 points. You're seeking 2-hour trade. If you can't get 40, exit manually for 40, 45. Take what the market is willing to give you. Don't be stubborn, because I used to do that, used to be a stubborn guy. And I wanted to take 4 points on a mini futures with 2 point stop, and then the market is going to go to the plus 3.5 and back to the break even, and now you have nothing. And that is stupid. It's better to take 3 points than to have nothing at the end. And same goes for this. Better to take 30-45 points and not not a risk if is it going to go back from the 40 to 0 or not. So this is another opportunity. And they move again here. Now at this time this is awfully close to the news that I said we had today. US retail sales and PPI at 2:40 Central European time. 2:30, I'm sorry. So this is here, this is this time. This move was news-driven move. This was move based on this. This was some bad news here, and US market went down and pulled DAX with it. So when you observe, let's say you don't know their news are coming, and now you're looking this, and this is a higher low. So you could think, okay, maybe they are going back to the zone, but after you see that they are struggling here, and especially when they are going below this line, and in this time you should really know, you should be prepared to know that there's some news. Here you can jump in. I have shown you that trade on Twitter, but for me it was a mistake. By some stupid mistake. I just closed for 11 points because I wanted to put my stop closer, but instead I closed the entire trade, and it was stupid. But never mind, that was opportunity for you to at least hold to this next zone. We couldn't know that they're going to that this move is going to die here, but targeting next zone could be all right, because this is aggressive zone support. We already traded first test, and zone was already tested 2 times in the pre-market. Look at this, 1:30 and 3:30 a.m. and now it's tested again, and now this is a news-driven move, and you are just want to close here. And when you see a news-driven move, there you know that this is news-driven move, then you got no business here fading this. No, this is a no-go zone now for longs, because this move, you can see a momentum, it is a news-driven move. And now you have additional opportunity, because this is a dominant move from today, and market already shown some weakness here with this drop. Now they are consolidating, dropping again on the news, so there could be another move to the downside, and you're targeting pullback out of this move, and you have a zone. Now this broken zone of support could act as resistance, especially if you have a confluence with fibs, and you could attempt a fib on 38.2 fib retracement, which is basically dead in the middle of the zone. So this is again, I'm sorry about that, this is again a short opportunity for us. But on that short opportunity you will be most likely stopped. I was stopped here, but then I entered again after this, when I saw that the stop was basically to the point, and dead on the halfback. And I didn't expect that. I thought that this 38.2 that was in the middle of the zone is good enough, and tried with a 25-point stop, but it didn't work. And now I tried again, and I just targeted. My target was here above this current daily low, although there is a possibility that we could see a move here, and I targeted just this because it was very close to the end of the regular trading hours. And now I got to feel like I did. They stopped me here basically to the tick. Now they filled me here very close to the my target was very close to this. So it was a lucky fill. But if I didn't get the fill, I would close it manually for 40. So that's it. Sometimes in trading you have to really to enter again, and as a younger and inexperienced trader, so this is here, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take this trade at all. If I would, you know, had in a row mistake for like 10 points only, and then loss for minus 25, I would just, you know, close the platform, probably kick something, and be very angry. But you know, if you are going to be emotional in this business, then it is going to end pretty bad for you. You have to find a way how to switch off those kind of emotions and not to be angry, because angry and fear of missing out could lead you really to some big mistakes. Also, I would like you to take note of the new free articles that I have made for you in the blog section of my site. And those are Trading is Not Easy edition 1, 2 and 3. Learn and invest in yourself part 1, part 2, and from idea to profit. And you can read those if you like. There could be some common places, of course, and something that you have already read before, but I think it is okay and decent written, so why not to check this also. Tomorrow, new day, and of course another set of morning notes and chart with zones. A decent day, plenty of opportunities. If you took out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 opportunities, if you made some money and on any of those and took some profit, I hope really that everyone that is watching my videos and using my morning notes and charts, I hope everyone that took this, because this and only this is the really the school book opportunity and trade is this. Also this long here is the first zone, first test of the zone, and these other trades are more like price action based combination of fib and zone and so on. But again, this was a good roadmap for today's trading. I wish you a good day and good trading.